So tonight I'm going to do a bug out bag, or as I like to call it, a preparedness bag. This isn't just going to be any regular bug out bag. This is going to be a makeshift homemade bag made out of things that you could grab out of the regular household. The reason for doing this is just to show you guys how easy it is to just prepare yourselves for things that could happen. A lot of people do it for reasons such as martial law or end of the world type of thing. Me, it's more for if a natural disaster like a tornado or an earthquake hit, or fire takes your home, or your car breaks down out in the middle of nowhere, and you have this bag to basically keep you safe, comforted, just to overall prepare you for anything that could really happen. Now I'm going to take you around my home, gather a few things that would be useful in this bug out bag. First, I'm going to go to my toolbox here. Most people have a toolbox. And a little jackknife. Some dryer lint. Now we're off to the medicine cabinet. Extra strength Tylenol. Some floss. My downstairs linen closet. Shampoo, conditioner, Band-Aids, gauze, some wrap, toothbrush. Off to the kitchen. Go in my junk drawer, see what we got. Duct tape, some batteries, matches, flashlight, lighter, couple knives, garbage bag, some bleach. Okay, now that I've ran through my house gathering some things for this bug out bag, my cat Mo is deciding to talk to us. But now that I'm done, let's see what we have. Alright, now to see what we've got rounded up. And you gotta remember that a bug out bag or preparedness bag is basically just to get you through a period of 72 hours or 96 hours, maybe a little bit longer, until you get back home or get to a safe spot or wherever it is you need to get to, or even just whatever, depending on the scenario, just to get you through that troubled time. Alright, now first we're going to start with a bag. I just grabbed a basic knapsack from my hallway there. It's nothing fancy, just your basic school or kid's backpack will work, and that's all you really need. Now, one thing that is vital, you got to remember when you're trying to survive or trying to be prepared, 4 key elements are shelter, fire, water, and food. So that's basically the order I'm going to go in here. So for shelter, for the basic person, you got to remember this is all just out of my home, and you should be able to find most of these items out of the average home. So my home, I've got tarps and stuff like that that I could use as shelters, but some people don't. So I went with garbage bags. Garbage bags are great for helping to keep you dry, help keep a shelter dry, especially if you know how to make lean-tos or just makeshift natural shelters. And they also could be great ponchos too. A lot of people don't realize that if you're out for a few days, there's a good chance you could get into rain or cold weather, and garbage bags make excellent ponchos. They keep you dry, they'll keep you warm, and there's so many uses that you can use a garbage bag for. So I've got garbage bags there, along with some cordage. Cordage is very important, especially if you got to string up your own shelter or keep things dry and off the ground. Any kind of cordage will work. I just got this basic cord that you get at the dollar store, but if you don't have that, there's always yarn, macrame, a cordage, so many different types of jute twine, string, whatever you could find. So that's basically what I've got here for shelter. Next, I'm going to go for fire. You've seen me, I've got a couple packs of matches here. Yes, they're not waterproof, but most people don't have waterproof matches, nor do they have fire steel, nor do they know how to do a bow drill like I do. I also got a basic Bic lighter, along with, you've seen me grab just basic dryer lint. This stuff is very good for tinder. You get a good flame out of it. It doesn't last forever, so I recommend if you use this, just throw a little bit of petroleum jelly or Vaseline on it, and it'll just help it burn a little bit longer, and then you make it easier to get your fire started. From there, I'm going to go to knives. Most people don't have bushcraft knives or fancy knives, so I went with a paring knife. A paring knife is the closest knife that you get, really, and a household knife to a bushcraft knife. You could use this to carve down sticks, whatever. Then I went with a basic steak knife. It's good for self-defense, good for field dressing animals, as well as cutting cord, many things, eating. I also just put a folding jackknife in there. It's pretty self-explanatory. There's lots of uses for it. Also, a multi-tool. Most people don't have a fancy Leatherman or Gerber multi-tool, but you can find most homes have some sort of basic multi-tool like this. Has corkscrew, knives, screwdrivers. So that's a good thing to have in your pack. Also, I included bags. Just basic zip up bags or Ziploc bags, whatever you want to call them. Bags are great for collecting water, keeping garbage in, just keeping things separated and dry. So that's why I included a few of them. From there, I'm going to go to light. Got a basic flashlight from the dollar store, but it has well, right now the batteries are low in it, but it does give off good light. And with flashlight, you need some batteries, so good to have some spare batteries. I also included a radio. Some people have some form of radio around. If you got a nice small one like this, that's perfect. It's good for hearing, listening to what's going on in the world or what's going on with the weather. Next, I'm going to go to kind of your med kit part of the bag. I included some extra strength Tylenol, good painkiller. Not strong, but it's good enough to numb most pains that you might come across. Got some Band-Aids, some gauze, some other form of wrap, and also I included this because a lot of people have prescriptions out there. It'd be good to have one of these and just fill it up with your daily prescriptions, so then you always have those kind of medications with you and you're prepared. I've included some duct tape and some super glue. Many uses for both. seal up tarps, seal up clothes, lots of things. Those are just a couple. Trying to do this off the top of my head. But trust me, duct tape is a Mr. Fix-It's best friend, so to speak. Now, if you could get your hands on a sewing kit, this is just a basic Dollarama sewing kit, but I took this actually out of my daughter's bag. She knows how to sew. I'm not proficient on it, but if you could learn just to even sew up little things, whether it's clothes, your backpack, your shelter, or yourself, if you got deep wounds, one of these would come in handy. Not only that, you could also use the line in there as a fishing line. So that's a very useful kit there. Now, going on to, most people wouldn't think of this, but shampoo, conditioner, some hygiene items, toothpaste, toothbrush, some soap, floss. Self-explanatory. Keep yourself hygienic and clean while you're bugging out or while you're away from home. I also included just little packs of salt and pepper and packs of sugar. Now, there are medicinal uses for sugar and salt. Sugar is great for makeshift IV. Salt is great for open wounds. So that's why I included them. Not only that, if you're a coffee drinker or just need some flavor in your food, they're also, it's good to have. And speaking of coffee, I also included a couple packs of coffee and a pack of hot chocolate too, just to, for me, I like water, but I also like a little flavor every now and then, so that's why. Now, not everybody's a fisherman, but if you could get your hands on some fish hooks, a little bit of line, some sinkers, maybe some lures or jigs or anything like that, it'd be great to have. Supply yourself with a nice meal if you can. Now for water. I included a bottle of water because it's important to keep yourself hydrated, especially when you're on the move. And a lot of people are probably wondering, why does he got bleach? Well, a lot of people don't know that bleach is great for purifying water. So if you have to grab water from a creek, 5 little drops of bleach purifies and cleans a liter of water. So I would put some water in an empty bottle, compact it a little bit, keep that with you just so you can have purified water at all times. Now on to the food. Oh, I also included a fork so you could eat your food. I would try to stick to the lightest foods possible, but if you notice, I included a can of beef stew. It doesn't have to be beef stew, you can use fruit cocktail, but I recommend a nice big wide can of something like this, just because pots and pans can tend to be a little bit heavy. Even though that's heavy, you make that your first meal, keep the can super lightweight, and you could use it to cook with as a pot. Food is pretty self-explanatory. I went with light stuff that was in my cupboard. Mr. Noodles, no weight at all. Sidekicks, really no weight at all. Some rice. No, there's some weight to that, but even if so, it makes lots of meals. So that bag there would do me probably about 4 meals at least. These sidekicks, again, to eat one would fill me up. I'm not a big eater, so one of those would do me a really good meal, maybe even 2. Also included some Uncle Ben's fast and fancy rice, some beef jerky, some cup of soups, very light, some sunflower seeds. Reason why I included these is because I think everybody should have some sort of seed or nuts in their bag, just because it's great protein, great energy. So that's why I included sunflower seeds. I'm a fan of sunflower seeds, love them. Then I also went with basic granola bars, Nutri-Grain bars, cheese and crackers, some Snickers bars. All good, all light. That there would easily do me 72 hours or more. I could almost say I could basically live almost a week off that. And then you got to remember the human body could live 28 days without food, so I could actually live a lot longer off that. So there you have it. That's basically the items that I would need to really put in a bag and be prepared if I had to leave my house right now. This would be substantial for me. I'd be able to live off it for at least 72 hours, upwards of a week, if not a little bit longer, and be quite comfortable, have pretty much whatever I needed, besides the luxury of my own home, of course. And these are items that most people would, or at least the average person, would have in their home, or something like this to the effect. But I'm hoping you all enjoy this video. I'm hoping you learned something. Hoping it encourages you to be prepared and get prepared. Make your own kind of bug out bag. And thanks for watching. Now I know I already said that I was done, and thanks for watching, and enjoy the video and all that great stuff. But I just wanted to bring up a couple things that I forgot to mention while I was doing the video on the spot. With the bleach, you want to make sure it's unscented bleach, just pure 100% bleach. No need to go poisoning yourself when you're just trying to purify your water. So, very important. Other notables to put in your bag: a pair of work gloves or gardening gloves. Always good to have protective gear so you're not cutting your hands. A pair of protective or safety glasses, or even just sunglasses, is also great to have in your bag. Also, if you could get your hands on some wire, even if you got to rip up some cable wire or something like that, wire is also very good. Just not only for cordage, but it's good for setting snares and trapping small game. So that, depending on how long you're away from your home, that could come in handy. Extra food supply. But most important, just have fun with it. It's going to be your own personal bag. My family has bags, my wife, my kids, myself. They're a lot more advanced than what I just shown you there. But I've had a lot of time to work on it, put quite a bit of money into it. So, yeah, that's the most important thing. Just have fun with it. Put in it just what you got, what you could afford, things around your house, and really that's it. I just want you to be prepared for anything, whether it's disaster or martial law or end of the world, anything like that. Namely disaster, fires, earthquakes, tornadoes, that kind of thing. It's just a lot easier to, when you got to leave your home, just to pick up a bag rather than scrambling around last minute and trying to remember what to grab and getting all kinds of items. That's when mistakes are made. So it's better to be prepared than be sorry. Now, again, I hope you learned something here. Hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.